have four news stories for you viewers. Firstly, Ethiopian Air Force Chief General Yilma Mirdasa has given a statement that Ethiopian Air Force has completed its preparations and it's going to start its operations. We'll talk about that. Secondly, some news sources are making claims about Gonder Bahir Dar road. The road has been cut off by TDF. I have an update. The road has been cut off or not. We'll talk about that. Thirdly, UNOCHA, or the Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs in Ethiopia, has issued situation report about humanitarian situation in Tigray. It has addressed the question of where are aid trucks which have entered Tigray. Why have not they returned so far? I did a video on that if you remember. We'll have a look at UNOCHA's statement about missing trucks. And fourthly, Dessie, we have an update from Dessie. Some aid agencies, UN aid agency has visited Dessie. We'll talk about that. Firstly, viewers, Ethiopian Air Force General Yilma Mirdasa, Ethiopian Air Force Chief, says that Ethiopian Air Force has completed its preparations and Ethiopian Air Force is due to start its operations. Yes, Ethiopian Air Force has been making some preparations. Several experts have confirmed that Ethiopia has purchased drones. At least the presence of Iranian drones in Ethiopia has been confirmed, and some other types of drones might have been purchased by Ethiopian government. Ethiopian Air Force has purchased some weapons. We could see these weapons in operation in coming days. The effectiveness of the newly purchased weapons of Ethiopian Air Force remains to be seen, but it's not that Ethiopian Air Force has not been conducting airstrikes over the past weeks. We have seen airstrikes in Afar when TDF was in Afar. TDF was trying to move towards Ethiopia-Djibouti road. Then airstrikes on Wuldia, Dessie fronts have also been reported. Debre Tabor, from where TDF had to withdraw, here we saw airstrikes on Mount Guna in the vicinity of and inside Genth, Warida. It's not that Ethiopian Air Force has not been conducting airstrikes. It has been conducting airstrikes, but now when rainy season is about to end, we could see more operations from Ethiopian Air Force. The effectiveness of Ethiopian newly purchased drones it remains to be seen, viewers. Secondly, Bahir Dar Gonder road. We have been hearing rumors that TDF has cut off this road. That is why there is panic in Bahir Dar. Curfew has been imposed there, and people have been told that they should not carry any weapons. No trainings should be conducted, military trainings, without the approval of Bahir Dar local government. Well, firstly, the road has not been cut off so far. TDF is not close to this road. TDF is trying to enter Ibnath. The bridge between Ibnath and Waghimra, it has been blown up by Amhara forces. So TDF is trying to enter Ibnath. After Ibnath, it will move towards Addis Zaman. If TDF has Addis Zaman, it's under its control, then we can say TDF has cut off this road. So the road has not been cut off by TDF so far. Bahir Dar Gonder road is open. Is there panic in Bahir Dar? Not panic, but they are making preparations. We have seen curfew in Kambolcha, in Dessie, in Bahir Dar as well. When TDF is getting close to Bahir Dar. So the city administration is making preparations. It's not that there is just panic and chaos in Bahir Dar. Thirdly, viewers, we talked about missing trucks. Ethiopian government said that trucks are entering Tigray carrying aid. They're not returning because because Tigray government is using them for military purposes. I did a video on that. I told you that I had contacted some on-ground sources who had confirmed that truck drivers and owners feared for their lives. They were faced with harassment along the road, and there was fuel shortage issue as well. Today, UNOCHA, in a statement in its situation report, confirmed that the reasons behind trucks not returning from Tigray include lack of fuel, secondly, truck drivers fearing for their security, and thirdly, harassment, intimidation along Samra Makele Road. So what I told you almost a week ago, it has been confirmed now, viewers. Some viewers criticized me back then. They said, Sajid, you are supporting Tigray government. Tigray government is using these trucks for military purposes. Now you see, viewers, that the UN has confirmed. I told you, viewers, that this route is not safe. The Samra Makele route, convoys have been attacked at checkpoints. Truck drivers are harassed as well. So that is why no transport company is interested in committing its trucks for the supply of aid to Tigray. Lastly was Dessie. Dessie, we heard from Ethiopian government that international NGOs are neglecting the people in need in Amhara, in Afar regions. There is presence of tens of thousands of IDPs in Dessie. UNICEF representative today visited an ID camp in Dessie. She has shared a video clip as well. I'll show you the video. She says that conditions at ID camp in Dessie are very difficult. Yes, Amhara is not under siege, Afar not under siege. Situation in Tigray is much more alarming. But it's not that there is no problem faced by IDPs in Amhara, in Afar. No, viewers. Situation in Amhara, in Afar is worsening as well. It will worsen if TDF continues its advance in Amhara, in Afar. But in Tigray, situation is alarming, catastrophic, viewers. There is dire shortage of food. We'll talk about that in next video, viewers. Now watch the video shared by UNICEF representative from an ID camp in Dessie, city of South Wollo in Amhara region of Ethiopia. Thanks for watching.
Just visited here the IDP camp in Dessie, Amhara. Just talking through women and children and the families that have been displaced. We're seeing the difficult conditions they are here. This is actually a school facility that has been utilized temporarily for the IDPs. We are looking at how women and children are being supported, but really the conditions are very difficult. We are seeing that the latrines don't have water, they don't have electricity, so the safety of children and women and girls is really a problem. On the other hand, we are seeing how the outreach from the health sector has been actually supporting the children to get the medicines and the treatment they need. However, the demand and the needs are high, and there isn't enough medicines, there isn't enough food, there isn't enough supply for all these kids and families.